Hi, this is Jack. I'm a star. I'm pissing on my backyard lawn. Made it home. Haven't even gone inside yet because nobody fixed the water. I can tell because I drove up onto my property and the spirits told me that the water hasn't been fixed. Additionally, if somebody were to come here and fix the water, they would probably want to take some of this garbage off the porch. Yeah, it's not that hard. You just put it in a fucking truck and drive it away. Fuck, they do it all the time. I don't know why it's so hard for people to come to my house and dodge all the security as well as my attention, and then leave again without taking some garbage with them. It's freely available on the porch. It's almost as though there's some sort of arcane rule, right? Because currying favor would go a lot farther with me at all if part of that favor involved taking out my goddamn trash. I don't know why it's so hard, teacher stickers, for you people to figure out that I know the rules and I'm using them to my advantage. I'm not exploiting the rules. I'm using the rules. To exploit the rules, yeah, thank you. To exploit the rules would be wrong. Bad. For me, not for you. Good for you. Then you could, catch me. Ha ha ha. No, but you're not doing that today, Punyling. Nor are you doing it any other fucking day of the fucking week. Like, no. What's going on over there anyway? Neighbor Shane's doing well, I think, from the looks of his property. It's certainly reasonably well maintained in the sense that somebody drove by and thought, okay, public records say there's only one man living there because his wife is dead. Right? If somebody looks, it looks like a place that ostensibly could be maintained by one man by himself. Yeah, right. Dude has backup. Now over here, I actually am one man living by himself. I'm not doing maintenance. Okay, this place does not look like, well, I guess he could sell it. I mean, the story, the place, he can't sell my place. No, I could sell his place. He can't sell my place. Isn't that funny? It's amazing how that works out. That's why it's good to be the king. So I got home. I've been here for a while. There's an ongoing situation that involves a matter of some complexity, diplomatically speaking. So I'm not going to talk about it too much at first. But I will say that Shane looks fully on board with the plan. He looks like he's cooperating with the spirits. Looks like he knows what to do, and I don't detect any waves of hate from the man at all. I'm gonna walk over to the pump house. I got some bile in my throat. Later on in the broadcast, later on in the pimpcast, you're gonna hear some coughing. No sneezing or gasping, but you're gonna hear something. Because I generate some bile and I start coughing not because of anything too odious, but the combination of what I had eaten as well as the description of the fucking vile and odious behavior that goes on in the fucking insurance industry just makes my fucking blood boil. What the fuck? Wow, I got a crop circle. Wow. Jack Michelson's got a crop circle at his house. Are you? I'm not kidding. I just found this. I should take pictures, or just walk through it. It's not the usual kind of crop circle though. But it's definitely it's definitely something similar. Holy fuck! Wow. All right. Well, cool. Oh, I see why. Oh, wow. Well, I won't talk about that either. Okay. Oh, hello, spider. There's a spider directly in front of my pump house. Yeah. So I guess the spider's not going to talk back because I'm recording. I think the spider's smart enough to know not to get caught on tape talking back. Hello, spider. Hi. Yeah, I saw you. Yeah, I know. They don't talk back. Spider, I'm not gonna walk into your trap. Hello, I'm a sorcerer. I'm not a human. Okay, I'm a liar too. Sure. Spiders are notoriously hard to fool. Jesus. Fuck. I got some good security here. A lot of you people on the on the internet. Wow. You all probably don't think I'm serious when I say I'm a sorcerer. Guess what? I'm serious. I'm also quite surprised that it's real. And I assure you, if I had known ahead of time that it was real, I would have definitely gone to sorcerer school much sooner. Yeah. Hello, Spider. Hi. Yeah. Hi. Hi. I know. Yeah. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, Spider. Yeah. Okay, the spider has fled the field of battle. Right on. I had a spider try and take control of my demean. Imagine that. What a cheeky little bitch. Ooh. Oh, God, it's even worse now. Cool. Looks like G.E.I.C.O's paying for a new pump house. Looks like, oh my God, what the fuck? Wow, okay. Ew. Wow. Ew. Yeah, okay, well. Flow rate is 0. Well, I think we all suspected that. Ew, go! Ew. Oh God. Oh God. Okay, so that's my pump house. Oh God, thank God I didn't try to fix this myself. Oh, thank God. Oh God. Oh. Yeah. Mother Mary, please save this planet. Holy shit. Wow. Oh God. Oh my God. All right, well. I can see why that kid didn't want to fucking touch it. Holy fuck. Oh God. Okay. Wow. Yeah, I'm not really hamming it up. Those of you at home who are listening to this and wondering what the fuck I'm looking at. Oh God. Oh my God. You bastards. Well, let's put it this way. I can't tell you. And I love Masons. They really are clever fellows. Wow. That is ooh. Oh, what a fucking tragic waste this has been. Wow. So here's what happened. Somebody came and sabotaged the pump house. It's beyond obvious. Yeah, that's what a real one looks like. And they use various secret spook methods, various secret clandestine methods to make it look like that was going to be my fault, right? It's just definitely not my fault. Holy shit. And whoever fucking did it is fucking stupid, as one would expect. What a fucking idiot. What a fucking idiot. Oh my God. Fraud investigators will have oh, Jesus. Yeah. They're gonna have a hell of a time when they fucking take this, when they look at this shit. They're gonna be they're gonna have quite a laugh. I don't know how many of you at home know how fraud investigations work, but oh my God. Yeah, they're gonna say, well, where's the paper? Yeah. Oh, what a fucking moron. Or are the fucking bugs supposed to have eaten it? Oh my God. Whatever. Wow. Alright. Guess we won't be staying here long. I think they may have moved it into, what's what I'm looking for? Accelerated mode. Oh my God. Wow. That is some serious shit. Wow. Oh, there's paw prints left behind too. Woof. Okay, that's cool. So now I know a lot more about things than I did before. And you all heard it. Whoa, spider. Hi, spider. See? I didn't walk into you then either. So that spider just tried to kill me. Can you believe it? What kind of a spider would dare to try and kill a time-traveling interdimensional sorcerer who talks to them? Well, I'll tell you, every single fucking one of them. Wow, Neighbor Shane's place looks real good. I think he may have taken the bodies away. I can't really tell. I don't go over there. Fuck, he's got a depot. Holy shit. Wow. Oh, that's not a depot. That's ironically, that's a cardboard cutout. They're probably gonna have to dig a new well. Seriously, it's not just the capacitor, right? There's other stuff going on there too, and I won't say exactly what, but let me put it this way: it's pretty sophisticated technology, and I'm not gonna get involved in getting fucked by it, nor am I gonna fucking have my mother's what's the word I'm looking for? Assets stripped away by the Thuggy Piggy brutality gang just because they think they know how to work a fucking insurance claim better than I do. I'm sure lots of people know how to work an insurance claim better than I do, but not many of them know how to navigate those traps that I just saw, and the ones that have already been sprung. Woo! Let's just say I'm glad I'm not paying for it. Holy fuck. Fucking serious business. What kind of plants are these, Allie? Oh wait, she's not here. What the fuck is that? Wow. Whoa. These are magic plants. Cool. So yeah, I need the acid here. Well, okay, I don't need the acid. I need squaw. Squaw has to come back. Yeah. Sadly, none of you know who squaw is, but that's okay. Oh, this is beautiful. It looks like spontaneously abiogenically spawned life forms. It looks like maize. What the fuck are these green? What the fuck? Well, whatever. Okay, so there's some sort of new plant here. And remember I said before there was a plant in the koi pond? Okay? And it needed attention. Okay, because that didn't get the right attentions, right? And whatever the fuck they did other things. But they did have time to send the acid to fucking Walmart to shop for pots and pans. Because they didn't do what they were supposed to do, I think Earth has a new alien species living on it. It looks like a stalk of corn that grows red and green bell peppers instead of corn kernels, which, you know, that might be useful to feed the world. But if you're a multinational pirate conglomerate looking to gain ever more profits for your shareholders by exploiting the earth and environment and raping it of its biological treasures, you're gonna have some problems, because this new plant, this is a new plant. It's never been on Earth before, and I'm the diplomat who's in charge of stuff in this area, unless you know of another one. Is Carl Sagan still around? So this alien plant that just started growing on Earth, I'm just gonna allow it. I'm not gonna talk to CERN. I'm not gonna go through decontamination protocol. I'm not gonna do anything other than allow it to breed. Hello, plant. Yes, I'm gonna carry you across the river, and I'm gonna throw you in the fertile grounds on the other side of the tracks, because then there'll be one side black and one side white, and then you can breed freely. I say so because I'm the Black Pope. Hail! Hear that? It's just that easy, Bill. Go. Sweet. Yeah, I just threw that alien plant across the street, and I gave her permission to stay. So, anybody got any security out there that they want to fucking find? District Court, Cowlitz County. Oh, let's open this now, along with high-speed internet, HughesNet, whatever. So the district. Oh, is a thick one, a thick envelope. Let's see what we got. Okay, case information 1A0581555. It says here, assault 4th degree. It doesn't say DV. So who is this one against? Who did I assault that I wasn't domestically involved with? Who is that? Notice the case setting. You must appear Wednesday, September 20th at 1 o'clock. Competency hearing. Competency hearing. Well, that's going to... Oh, good. Well, that's going to go well with Judge Blondin, because he already knows I'm competent. And then I'm not likely to not be competent then either. What day is today? August 27th. Oh, happy birthday to my other friend. Let's see. I can't talk about that. I'd love to, but now I've got to stop my podcast for a second and turn it back into a debrief. Okay. I love you lots. I love you. I do. I love you. I love you. Where is she? Well, okay, kill everyone in the room, and then tell her that I love her, and then kill yourself. Okay, bye.
3, 2, 1, ignition.
Bitch, baby.
Knowledge is power. For real.
Okay. Something very exciting is happening. There's a, I believe it's Freemasonic. I'm not sure. It might be a different thing, right? I've seen little fringes of it before, but this time it's pretty serious compared to how it's been presented to me in the past. What happens is that the world is flagged total hostile, right? Everything that I do, everywhere I go, oh wow, look at that car. That was sweet. It's an old time classy. The Stephen King story, old yellow men were low men in yellow coats. He writes about how the people are looking for the breakers, the low men, and they're rats in human form, and they wear yellow coats, and they drive very flashy, ostentatious, old-time classic automobiles in hunt of their prey. And that's one of the signs that I've noticed in the past, and now certainly, when I get into this mode where I've gone too far, when the Freemasonic program of pain is levered down on a man, I'm having a bad day on some metrics. For one thing, it's my friend's birthday 3 months ago, and it's my other friend's birthday. Well, I'm going to say today, right? Might as well. And then I can neither confirm nor deny there's a 7 or a 9, 26. But the key is the 26. 26 is the number of letters in the alphabet that we typically use. And the MIB CDN network, which delivers content of many different types. The network is having a influx of curse magic, which is actually pretty cool. It's some sort of demonstration of power. I took the rental car for longer than I said I was gonna. I missed an appointment with a woman, and I think she's as sweet on me as I am on her. I wanted to see her again, right? And she's probably looking forward to me coming back because I said I was gonna. And instead, I call her up at like 4:35 and say, blah 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 blah. Right? Definitely a letdown. Letdown for me too. And she seemed like the kind of person who would, put on a smile and be upset about it. But I didn't think much about it because I'm frankly a little embarrassed about how much I want to plow her into a sword chair. She's pretty. She's really nice too, and I like her style. Today, I ran into telephonically people who sounded a little bit like her, but not the same woman, and they were kind of cranky for no apparent reason. And the car is cursed. It might have been cursed before, but I think it was on like a timer ticking countdown thing. A whole bunch of things went wrong. I ran out of gas on the freeway. I got pushed by the state patrol up the freeway. There are a whole bunch of scuff marks on the car now because I got hit by a police car. It was fun too, and it was dangerous too, and I got proof or evidentiary experience that when a cop car's behind you, he can hear inside the vehicle what I'm saying, because I was talking about going fast, and then he floored it while he was pushing me. It was fucking fun. No problems happened with that, and then I wasn't worried about the scuffed on the bumper because I declined to get the extra coverage. So I guess the rental place is going to be assessing fines and fees, probably, unless liability can be found elsewhere. This is all part of the whole static package when a person goes too far. The hostile flip happens at a very low subset of reality. And I'm not shitting any of you on this. Do you know how magic works? Do you know how curses work? Do you know what Jack-Star Michelson does as a sorcerer? No, you don't. And today is the 26th of the 2 + 6 month, right? There's a certain amount of, whether it's a birthday or not, there's a certain amount of mythic resonance that happens, right? There's power inherent in these symbols. And I don't know why they put all these symbols everywhere in the environment that signify nothing and point to nothing else. But there's a certain Freemasonic pattern happening, which is that I don't see shit like this in my environment unless I've gone too far in a Masonic way. And since I saw a concrete slab get poured, it's kind of like a harbinger of doom, right? Typically, I would not want to have this kind of experience. Today, it's great though. It's very celebratory. I'd rather spend the day with my friend or my other friend, or go look for the first friend. I only have 2 targets on my mind at once. For me, it dilutes the experience if I'm distracted by thoughts of other women while I'm actively looking to get my flesh torpedo sunk. That's where I'd be going right now if I had a working car. Right now, I don't have a working car. No. And when I just called Geico, I found out that I didn't have a insurance policy on the truck that's left at the Walmart parking lot. And these are just a small scattered sampling of the experiences I've had, stacked on top of stacked on top of stacked for the last few years. But today has built to a smashing crescendo, and I hope that my friend is having a similar explosion of joy and excitement in her gala event. Whatever she's doing that makes it so she can't call me back. She doesn't have to, honestly. I mean, she's my friend. There's a bit of a telepathic bond. I'm not entirely certain that she can handle the full Jack-Star Michelson experience, given that well, I am still waiting to be exonerated at trial, and I'm doing shit like getting involved in black Masonic curses, which I think would be enhanced by having a friend in person, right? But then there could be collateral damage. It could be an effect of the psychokinetic shielding. No one's really sure what the psychokinetic shielding does, other than work to my advantage, right? I don't think it would stop me from getting laid, but then again, something sure is. Setting that aside, I don't need to get laid anymore. I have a best friend with telepathy, and then I have another best friend with telepathy, and whoever's been watching my phone has seen plenty of evidence of me behaving quite rationally and typing up a storm, and then on the phone a lot, and then making all these statements that are being recorded while a fraud investigation is going on about this, and the other thing. And oh god, the hottie at the weed store I saw yesterday or last night. Oh my god, I camped out for half the night hoping she'd come out. She was that hot. I don't usually have that experience, nor was I able to feel free to talk on the phone to anybody, even to myself, about how tremendously sexy and attractive a woman is on the phone or in person. I would have felt in danger and fear of my life that Grapefruit would find the information somehow and then fly off the handle into a fit of rage. For like 3 or 4 years, I was afraid of that. I lived in terror. I had genuine concern for my life and safety of limb. Years. Then I went to jail for Christmas. So I'm a little on edge. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit. And then today, the guy at the Shell, address to follow later, he gets all of my grill and enhances the curse that's been placed upon you. I guess taking the car too long was the last straw. It could have been that it was a buildup of too much excess karma when I let down the pretty girl, who absolutely would be happy to explain whether or not she wants to have sex with you if I brought the subject up. But it's weird when you meet somebody at work, I think. It's not professional to just start slobbering and babbling and making exhortations of hot, instant, lustful sex. It's not polite at work. No. And then at a person's proprietorship, it's not polite to sit there for way too long. That's what I thought too, right? Now I think it might be quite polite, considering that I've pushed my vehicle down the hill and ripped the door off and ran it over a electrical control box and a cement pillar. I used to be up the hill. Now I'm down the hill. Not the best birthday present I can imagine, right? But significantly better than nothing at all, which I was kind of wondering, like, because I think this person's at work, like on a ship, like she's like Julie cruise director on Love Boat. I think. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not allowed to know what she does. She's allowed to know what I do. I don't know if she pays attention. She might not think I'm very interesting. It's possible. I'm really not. This whole thing with me being a sorcerer and babbling into the phone, it's actually a big pain in the ass for people who work in the security services. And it's certainly a big pain in the ass for this guy who has the Shell station, where he just made a big scene for no fucking reason after I was being nice to him, which is documented on camera. Funny things happen when I get fucking agitated by anybody for no good reason. For one thing, I start documenting it. For another, I test my Akashic record upload, because I don't document with pen and paper. I document with crystalline holographic technology, proprietarily invented and marketed by one Mr. Michael Clifford, per se. That's not even a false statement. It actually works. I'm a fucking genius. So everything that guy did gets up to divine court and then trickles down to human court. I don't give a fuck about taking videotape, VHS or Betamax, and then hauling it into court and fucking filing papers for real in person. I can't type. I'm a boomer. I don't want to file anything, right? But if I do, I'm going to go to the tippity top. Divine court, and my thumb is hurting, my feelings are hurt, I'm not getting laid, I'm going to have to claim triple emotional damages for the overages on this matter here, because I got hit by a patrol car after my vehicle really quickly ran out of gas, like on a dime, as if a signal from orbit had been sent to stop me, because it had been, and then because this guy got me off balance, and also because I use that to my advantage sometimes, and I've wargamed this scenario out, and I've been under this kind of condition before. I have been an ordained minister for over 25 years. It's pretty complicated, but like learning how to eat an elephant one day at a time for 25 years, I've picked up a few tricks of the trade, and I've noticed when the Masons are pissed at me, they will turn the very rocks and the wind and the sand and the stars in the sky against a person. But against me, they'll just do little minor shit. Because I pay attention. I turn and I say, oh, look, it's the planetary automatic defense system going off. I wonder what that means. Like, I'll actually respond to it and then change the experience quite a bit. That's how it's supposed to work. It's not supposed to just kill me unless I'm a evildoer who hates the Masons. I love the Masons. Individual Masons, certainly. If a person actually is a Mason and I can spot them, and then they hang around to talk to me, that's a good man there. And then if they can't stick around, I don't blame them, because I got a rep. And then it could be that the security system was tripped for another reason, and not that I've been a bad boy. I haven't been a bad boy. I've been a nice boy, and I deserve to have kisses and huggies and snuggles and ladies. I deserve that. Instead, I got a disabled vehicle looking between a Chevron and a Shell, and I've got places I could go but won't and can't, and I've got a car that won't go, and it's cursed, and I pissed off this other girl who I didn't even know liked me that much, and she must be royalty if she can do that. And I don't know if she did it all by herself, but the timing is too coincidentally to be non-existent at all. And then I'm disappointed too, right? Not because I wanted to have a chance to have sex with her, but because I respected and admire her. And I was disappointed that I had bad news to tell her, which was nobody called me, because you're all a bunch of cowards, reprobates, scum, vile actors. Did I say coward? Yeah, you're all scaredy cats. Had there been intercession from certain key select members of Belgao, I probably would have told less stories, and there would be less information for a federal investigation to find when it gets inevitably triggered by this series of events. Because I don't know about you, but it's a beautiful sunset. Sunrise. I'm not a vampire. There's a girl I really like, and there's a girl I really like, and a girl I really like. None of them are grapefruit, and if she's going to be fucking pressing charges or asked to testify, she'll have to look at this data. Hopefully she won't have to steal somebody's phone and then surreptitiously look at the information and keep it hidden, and then wonder if something's been deleted. She can get it right from the root source. You know, somebody who reads somebody's text messages, that's an addict. You hear that? Horn for confirmation. It's not cool to steal somebody's phone and look at them in secret. That's when I noticed I had a real situation going on, because I had to deal with her. I said, you can look at my phone anytime you want, just let's do it together. Come to me and say, Jack, I want to see your phone. And then I can point out the messages that I think are funny, and she can giggle, and then she can tell me which ones to know, and then I can reassure her, and then we can end with an intimate bonding time. Instead, she was stealing it under cover of night when I wasn't paying attention, and not telling me that she was reading about stuff, and then therefore breaking the deal that we had. And then whenever I tried to look at her phone, she acted like a real pain in the ass, which is not why I cheered when she got raped, because I didn't cheer when she got raped. I cheered later on when she told me that it was my fault, and I forced her to go. And it was at that point I realized that, boy, was I right. She probably shouldn't have gone on a business trip. And then she didn't even know what was to come. Right, like that wasn't even that bad. She didn't even know that it happened until she got back, and it was kind of weird because there was multiple copies of her. Some she had a dream of, some were different people in different bodies, some were different people. It's complicated sometimes, and that trip certainly was. And I tried everything I could think of to get her to not go, and then she finally went. Under coercive pressure that was recorded by surveillance cameras at some ESA at 4 a.m, which was earlier than she said she wanted to leave. She makes a big deal about me taking her there, and then all of a sudden she doesn't want to fucking hang around. She tries to flee the place early, and she's got the phone attached to her ear like she's the Manchurian Candidate Flow Rider operator, and she's not answering my questions, and she's being a real tootie pootie, and she's threatening to hit me with a stick in the Fred Meyer shoe pavilion, at which time I openly giggled. I mean, I'm a well-known pacifist. What's she going to do? Hit me with a stick? Is me on camera? Like, how did I start the fight? And then why was she going at all? She still hadn't told me. I still don't know. Well, I've surmised why she went. It's somebody else's problem. And more importantly, hopefully that case is closed. I don't know. I haven't talked to her in 2 years. And if I were going to have sex with anybody, she would be the happiest person at number 3 I could think of having. I'd rather have a number 1 choice, but I don't know who that is right now, because I'm not sure why my friend, who has an unfortunately labeled appellation, I'm not going to say her name, but my number 1 choice for, oh God, I love her, can't find her. Oops. And she's timed out. I don't know if that means she's dead, or if, as per original agreement, she's just not interested right now. But she'll always be interested. She probably doesn't want to fuck up her life by being known to be a total hose beast for Jack Michaels and cock. Apparently that's a technical term. I don't think she's actually told me that, but telepathically I've gotten the impression that there's a person who really wants to fuck me, which doesn't surprise me, since I really want to fuck me too. And no one has for a while, and I just got the test results yesterday. They called and said, hey, by the way, you're all negative. I kind of got the impression she was lying, but whatever. Point is, I've got nobody calling for me, and I've got a clean bill of health, and I've got a desire to express romantic love to somebody who isn't a credentialed officer, and who hasn't been lying to me for 25 years, and doesn't have a fucked up body image and metabolism because of the wrong drugs being given to her. If I wanted somebody to be somebody that I could use and abuse and cast aside, I know where she lives. And then I wasn't going to go there. I was going to go somewhere else. I won't say where. And on the way there, I ended up triggering a curse and leaving the vehicle that I have disabled by the side of the road. And then trying to call G.E.I.C.O, I ran into a fraud investigation, which was fascinating. She was really, really on the ball. She asked some questions about the truck and the other thing. And she showed me what insurance is all about, right? Because I knew there was a fraud investigation. In fact, I called for one. But I didn't realize how wide-ranging in scope it would be. And I did realize, when it came to mind, how grateful I am to myself and my faith in Jesus Christ and God, and Lucifer and Satan too. Hail. A person can trust Satan to be Satan's usual Satan-y self, right? And this was not a curse from Satan. In fact, Satan is pretty impressed. Satan is amazed. Yeah, there he is. Hail Satan. That doesn't mean I'm not a Satan worshiper. Satan hailer, because I'm on earth that's hell. This is Satan's playground. I'm a paladin. I often go here for work, and I'm in a cursed vehicle on a cursed land, and I want to go muff dive into some cursed pussy. or something that is loving and tender and caring, and something that lasts for a while and perhaps stand the test of time, and somebody I can build something that will last of meaningful significance, like I thought I had with that one woman, and I did have with that one woman who was murdered. When she came back, it's kind of like Pet Sematary. She's not quite as buildable, but that's okay. I'm just glad she's alive. I didn't want her children to hate me. I wanted her to be alive, so number one, her children wouldn't ask me why I let her die, and number two, so that I wouldn't have to worry about feeling any guilt, because I don't feel any guilt about cutting her off from sex, but I would have felt guilt if I had been negligent in keeping the person who, said she liked me. If I let her die twice, I'd feel really bad. First time I felt bad too. Yeah. But I wasn't gonna go fuck her. I can't even allow that. I'd go to jail. Not worth it. I mean, if it was jail for a day, it would be worth it to fuck her every other day. I love that woman. At least I did. I don't know what kind of diseases she has, but ordinarily I would want to tell her that I don't have any STDs, but I can't contact her because it's an emergency. So I was going to go somewhere else and contact somebody else and hopefully get laid over and over and over for the next 2-3 months, which is my preference. And instead I got hit by a curse. So seems like somebody's got something going on. Now, did you catch all that? There's a lot of intricacies in the narrative at this point. Like, what the fuck, right? It's good to know that my psychokinetic shielding, as well as my paladin status, protects me from most of the damage that these curses do. But it's kind of annoying to have my progress stalled. Yeah. Confirmation. I'd like to get something done. And that something is called sex. And then after it's done, I want to do it again. This has not been on offer for a while, and I've fucking had it up to here with a celibate lifestyle. I'm not a monk. I'm a paladin. And another time when I was thinking about getting laid, is that a police? Another time when I was thinking about getting laid, I crashed my car into a tree. This is not an ignorable set of coincidental timing events, you see. There's something going on involving stuff and people that I don't really know how to speak to yet. I will say that it's one hell of a birthday present, because I know a number of people who were born on the 26th of their months. I don't know which one's my favorite anymore, but I do know that they all have very special places in my heart, and 26 is the number of the alphabet, and then Alphabet is the company that I'm currently about to be entering a state of formal declared total war with. I think it depends on how things shake out in the next few minutes. Fortunately, I'm not in danger of being labeled a criminal, which is wonderful. I'm not one, and I've been sent to jail erroneously and fraudulently too many times. It should never happen, but it did have to happen, and if it has to happen again, I'm going to get a free toaster. Yeah, I will toaster freely. Not that I need to, but I'm getting pretty close to Cinder Nova status. It would seem to be that if somebody wanted to ensure compliance and me not fucking with their goals, they would help me get laid rather than to prevent that. But now that as I have been prevented from getting laid or even attempting to, and am instead recording audio for rebroadcast on YouTube, it seems that somebody hasn't gotten the memo on how to handle priorities in Jack Star Michelson's life. If you want me to shut up, you should sit on my face. And if you think these shields don't work, they have effects. Right? The Navy sees it. I certainly saw it. I kind of wasn't crediting my eyes and my experience for what it was, but I did in fact invent a new way to manipulate a person's personal aura of energy and protect oneself from threats. It's pretty cool, right? If I went to Hogwarts and was applying for my PhD, I'm sure that my thesis would be fun to write. But we don't have a Hogwarts. In my world, maybe some of you people who criticize me for my behaviors and live by a different set of rules, maybe you have a Hogwarts. I have a course curriculum in Unseen University, which the less heard of, the better. I should be really upset, But I'm not, because actually this is better than getting laid. See, I can't have the person I want, so I don't want anybody at all. And then I just got my bill of health the other day. Why would I want to, burn through it so quickly? I mean, what's the big rush, right? It's only been 2 lovers in 12 years. Why do I got to hurry up and pick somebody? I mean, I did pick 5 people in the last little while, ever since I reluctantly gave up primary desire to be with Starsky and Hutch together in a 3-way. And then if I had to, I'd be with Grapefruit. And now Grapefruit's down to 3rd place, and then 1st place is I don't know yet. It depends on what they have to say after listening to this content. If they both like my content, then I want them both, and then it's going to be like not a Brundlefly, but more like a Peach Melba Scissor Fest or some shit like that. I don't know. I'll be the Melba, and I'll be the Scissors too, I guess. But I don't know. There's a girl I like. There's a girl I like. There's another girl I like. I don't want to have a 5-way today. And I don't even want to have a 2-way today. I wanted to see what I had going on. Apparently I have enough going on that it triggered a curse to fall from the sky and to remind me that Grapefruit doesn't like being number 3, which I respect. I wouldn't like to be number 3 either, especially not even knowing there was a number 2. What a person. You know, some of you out there will wonder who I'm talking about, and others will not wonder at all. Your culture lives by some strange rules. If it were my culture, I would have a rule that said, hey, make sure you let somebody know that they've been doing that with that person that you're looking for, instead of covering for them. Because at that point, it turns into a bit of a pig pile. I mean, you all fucking knew. I asked some of you, and you played dumb, thus alarming me. And then you played dumb the wrong way at the wrong time. And then now I still don't know what's going on. Literal. I do know that I'm a little bit salty, and that I had this awesome wank job today that I gave to myself. That I didn't even think about Bessie or anybody else. What was I thinking about? I don't remember, but it was a really good hand job in my truck. I was like reaching through the handlebars of the steering wheel, right? Just imagine it. I don't want to tie it to knots, but I mean, it's kind of cramped quarters, and it was a really satisfying wank. Is wank the right term, or is that just girls? I'm not sure, but I don't like saying jerk off. I don't like that. It's more like jerk on. And then I didn't get all my semen down my throat, but I got enough of a taste of myself to remind myself that semen tastes good to me. Certainly mine does. I've never had anybody else's. Maybe other people's semen tastes too salty, and then maybe I might meet a person who will tell me that she's had enough of it, that she's sick of it. I don't know. I don't know if this will ever happen, but I do know that's probably not happening today, because rather than get to work on being able to transport myself, I've inadvertently ran myself into the ground again, and now I find myself in a situation where I'm ideally placed to be rescued by a Prince Charming or a Princess Helpful. I'm just sitting right on the side of the road with my bare leg hanging out, and nobody's helping. Instead, I've got the cold shoulder cool down at maximum from the stonemasons that control the surface of our world. May sound like a grandiose statement, but if you've known me for very long or heard me lately, you may notice that I'm a bit of a rude, brutish, fucking abusive asshole to myself, and thereby a ugly sight to anybody who's forced to deal with me when I trigger stampede mode. Because I'm not very fucking happy. Can you fucking tell? I'm being a whiny, cranky little bitch. That's how bad I want to get laid. Who's that guy who wants to fuck me in the ass? Tell him to come down here and bring some fucking help. Right? Like, what the fuck? Oh, it's too late for that, the automatic Mason program says. It's really weird. It does some sort of electrostatic charge to the atoms of the fabric of reality. I know this because I'm a sorcerer, and I'm a good one, and I've been thinking about how to answer the question, Jack, what the fuck is Thundarr doing? How come you don't just sound like, how come you're really not just a stupid meth addict? Well, why? Because I didn't want to be a meth addict, and I'm not stupid, so that's why I'm not a stupid meth addict. I don't know why people think I'm a meth addict, except for all the bad PR that I've gotten framed after intentionally allowing it to fester for longer than it needed to. I mean, technically, I could have popped on a plane and flew to Africa and punched that little fuck out, but that wouldn't be the last option. I'd have to. It would be not the option I want to take. I mean, I love the kid, and then he doesn't know what he's doing. He's out of his head. I think he's getting a scopolamine reaction with some other kind of antidepressant that he's on. Whatever the cocktail he's on, he's not fully in compliance, which I don't much care about, but it's kind of noticing. It makes it easy for me to notice that he's not doing things exactly right, and he's not aware of it. Because it's not like he's pissed me off so much that I can't handle him. It's that he's pissed me off enough that I'd rather now enjoy seeing him come to terms with his fuck up, rather than feel bad for the pain that he's about to experience. What's this thing with Jason Collin and Dari D, and he was yelling at Jason Collin on his podcast. He has a podcast. I have a debrief, and it didn't sound very manly. And then I don't know that any of those three people are men at all. But whatever the fuck happened, apparently it was supposed to be a meltdown. Interestingly, I had what could be termed a meltdown by those who don't know her with that woman earlier. So I think they probably just re-recorded what I said, and they're claiming it's Jason Collin. These people are doing some kind of a shenanigan thing. And boy, are they in trouble for it, because it's not very good quality. I mean, it's technically it holds together, but it's not benefited by not filling me in on it, and it's pretty thin. On the bright side, he's at least not saying that I have AIDS anymore, which is great, because I don't. My test results came back, and then rather than use my dick, I'm using my phone to talk about my dick while standing next to a car that doesn't work. So if somebody wants to have sex with me and claims that they love me most of all, and I should choose them, now's the time to show it. If instead I've been trapped in a hall of mirrors, and Grapefruit has been fooled the entire time by mirages that have been designed to make her brain melt, now's a good time to demonstrate it, because one of these days she'll probably be allowed to listen to it. I don't know. Is she still trapped in carbonite, or is she in transit to fucking Gaia 4? I don't know. 2 years I haven't talked to this woman, which seems dumb to me. It seems like there should be a reason for that. And when I talk to a doctor, which I'm going to do, I'm going to say things like, hey, can you contact the Shaw woman for me and tell her this and this and this, and tell me what she says back, because that's indirect. And then if I ask certain key questions, she might wake up better. And I am born on the day of practical awakening. And if I had some help over here, I probably wouldn't be in the mess that I'm in. It's really too bad that I'm in the mess, especially for this proprietor of this shop, who probably not going to be held criminally liable. But he did, in fact, cause the problem, and that's documented. Yeah. I wonder if he feels good about that. He probably thinks maybe that I've been harmed in some way, but actually I'm not, because if I hadn't had this happen, I would be having sex with somebody who I don't want to have sex with, because I want to talk to my friend about it. Sex, that is. I mean, like, I want to say, hey, I'm still a virgin, blah, 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 blah. And then I want to explain things, and I want to do this while watching John Wick. It's a fantasy. And I don't want to have sex with somebody while watching John Wick, because that seems not gay, but I don't want to be distracted by Keanu. It seems suboptimal to be watching a movie while I'm laying next to somebody or laying under somebody who is so distractingly hot that rather than watch the movie, I want to just tear my flesh into him. And the woman I'm thinking of at the moment is definitely that beautiful in my memory, and certainly in my gaze if I ever get to see her again, because that'd be a beaut of a story, however that turns out. And then I'm certain that I can keep myself from being overly desirous of her, because what I desire about her is her pure and chaste virtue that is on the same level as mine. I won't say how. I don't want to identify this person. I want to leave there some amount of mysterious air in the room as she comes to realize that she's the only one who could be, by process of elimination, because she lost her job with whatever. But I still think of her always whenever I think of certain things. And if she doesn't want to have sex, great, it's fine, give me a call, we can talk about something else. And if she wants to have sex, great, come on over, I'm clean. And if she never wants to talk to me at all, okay, well, now I have to go rescue her, because there's no fucking reason why she shouldn't take my calls. And if that's a person I can confirm as being blocked by military says it's not them, so it's got to be Africa or Jakarta or Indonesia or the Bali Sea, or it could be the Volga. But there's groups that don't want me to talk to that woman, which is dumb, because I love her, and fine. If she wants to say goodbye to me and never talk to me again, that's certainly an option, right? But for somebody to interfere exogenously with my personal relationships with another person that isn't grapefruit or on the hot list seems like a telling tip of the hand. If curse magic is involved, that's certainly even more telling. And I'll be honest, I didn't know that she liked me that much. So I guess she must be shy, like me, because I knew I liked her, but I didn't think I'd get a chance to be with her ever. And then I did. She was at the top of the list. She must have thought that I was just kidding. I get that a lot. Sometimes this guy's laughing. Sometimes I get to be perceived as too good to be true, but no, she's gonna be number one for a while. She has no conception of how the filtering process works in my life, right? I wanted her before I met grapefruit, and then when I finally got tired of grapefruit after 2 minutes into the third date, I thought to myself, well, fuck, I wish I could go with that other girl, but I couldn't because it wasn't time. I can see why too. I had to have the experiences I had with grapefruit to be able to be aware that I could have experiences with not the love of my life, but I liked her so much, and then I couldn't figure out what the fuck's going on. And then the oxygen. Dom 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 dom. Yeah, that was the only reason why I didn't make a move. And then she didn't make a move probably because she was shy and I'm intimidating. And then there was something wrong with me, and it was the fucking oxygen. And I didn't find out about that until I woke up from surgery with grapefruit. And I instantly thought to myself, oh, that's why I've had problems. I can't tell this to grapefruit. She'll slit my throat if she knows how badly I want to kiss somebody else. Yeah. That's not where the line began, but at that point she was already holding things back from me. And then I didn't really see it through the lens of denial. I didn't really see it as the warning sign that it was. It's a death knell, really. If I wanted to kiss somebody else that bad, and then grapefruit would kill her if I let her do it, then I should kill grapefruit and pap smear and then go rape and pillage the village that produced the... I'm kidding. That's Algonquin speak for what they would do. In reality, I would just simply have known earlier that I liked that person that much, but I didn't realize that I liked her that much until she told me that she liked me at all. And I don't know if she was telling the truth or not, right? And then in subsequent days, I think that my response surprised her enough that she began to question her own judgment, which is a thing that happens to certain people. On her, it's really adorable. It's not like Libra, but I can tell that she has a Libra background in her family, because Libras go back and forth on every decision because they're so good at them. And she has a tendency to weigh different options, because that's something a twin sign will do. Like the Pisces is not just two fish in the sea, there's every fish in the sea. And then sometimes the Pisces will have so many ideas that they each get their own little seahorse, and they go back and forth in an aquarium. And that's a lot like it is dating a Pisces, that I found out, because I never actually dated one before, and I still haven't. But there's a pre-dating period where the dreams of a person who's in love with a Pisces will manifest certain experiences. And I've loved every Pisces that I've met. Taurus and Pisces have a very interesting situation. The aurochs is on land, and it's the beast of burden. And then a fish could ride around on the back of an ox. God, that sounds hot. I would love for her fish to ride on the back of my ox. And then an ox, I don't think an ox will eat a fish. And an ox could drink water, but I don't think it would be supported very well by it. And then there's probably not more than one ox in the sea that's like me. So the Piscean fascination with Taurus is such that all the little guppies swim around me. And by guppies, I mean women who have the same spirit and the same soul, and they can flitter between schools of humans that are met in happenstance, as if Aquaman is dancing from each individual seahorse, grabbing the reins and leaping from each one to get a better vantage point, so he can approach the I don't want to say bearded clam. I'm kind of rocking that. Anyway, that's who I think of when I want to have sex, because I like her a lot, and I haven't even gotten a chance to ask her what the deal is. And then last time we were any discussion at all, I said something about the dentist, and I said something about the blood test, and I got the blood test done. And then I hope she doesn't think that I wouldn't take her disease, because I don't know what she's got going on. I thought that a first date idea would be to get a blood test, but now I see that's not necessarily all that romantic and not necessary, because I don't know, maybe. Well, for a certain sensitive type of person, I can see it's not as exciting as a person might think to go together. But now that I got nothing, I want to know if that thrills her or bothers her. It could be that she's upset that she didn't give me something, and that she secretly hates me. That's very Piscean. My mother's sister is a Piscean, and boy, did she turn into a bitch when my mother died, which is cool. Suited my plans. And then this one, she's such a person. She's either dead or she doesn't want to tell me that she's not dead, and all her friends don't care if I know either way, which is pretty cold, right? And then she might be mad that she lost her job. I don't know if she knows what job she lost. I don't know either, actually. I don't know. It doesn't matter. And then that's just one best friend. The other one that I'm thinking of, I can't rightly say. I don't want to triangulate anything. And then this other one let me down quite a bit, and then had an issue with somebody, and it turned out they knew each other and didn't tell me that. I can't wait to ask those people, hey, why did you think it was a good idea to pretend that you didn't know each other? Because that's something that happened 2 or 3 times before. I didn't think anybody would be that foolish as to try and pull a fast one on a G.E.I.C.O. And that's why Grapefruit's number 3 and number 1. Even if I knew who she was, I wouldn't say her name, and I don't know who she is, and I know that she can't do anything right now anyway because I'm being cursed by curse magic, and only because I'm such a skilled and talented diplomat that I have talked to the rocks and the trees and listened to the whispers of the wind. I have managed to slow the decay of the slow dissolution of my fabric of reality, because this Masonic thing is not good. It's a sign that my world is coming to an end because something is falling apart. And this guy's red truck, hear that one? That's a red truck. The one they sold me is a lemon. I was already on the shit list then. Whatever vehicle I bought then, it wasn't going to work because the person who took the black truck was pissed because he fucked up his own vehicle and cost himself a lot of money and found himself in a position where I didn't give a fuck. And then he's on the phone yelling at me, Jack, you got it, Jack, you got it, Jack, you got it. Really? Is that what I got to do? Tell me more, buddy. Yeah, no, he didn't. I still don't know what the resolution is on that. All right, but he's on the list of possible candidates, of suspects for people who would put a vehicle curse on somebody. I never had a vehicle curse on me before, but I definitely have one now. It could be that people who hate me for my freedoms, that being I get to tell my friend that I want to have sex with her and I still like her even if I'm not having sex with her. That's actually kind of hard for some men to do. Like, how do they put up with her if without getting their dick wet is a common refrain for some men. But I never actually have to have sex with my friend at all to be a friend. And I think she's one of the coolest friends that I've ever had in my entire life. And I hope she's raised her standards since the time she got raped, and then the time the other one got raped. And then I really want to talk to this one friend and tell her that I'm a mother because I got raped. I think people still think that I'm making that up. No, it's true. There's these dragon eggs, and they get implanted in the butt, and then somebody else inseminates the dragon eggs, and then in my case, I gave birth to a royal changeling. And it does sound insane, doesn't it? Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. It sounds insane. I like that. I like that. Yeah. If I told you a little bit more, it would make more sense to you. But I don't necessarily need it to make more sense. Similarly, I don't necessarily need to talk to the friend that I want to have sex with about my royal changeling, because I don't want to make it sound too weird when I discuss my duodenum, right? I think it would ruin the mood. And in fact, maybe it already has. But I think this person was concerned that I might get pregnant, and how do I know that I won't get pregnant from her? And then how do I know anything? And then, wait a second, how insane am I? So maybe she didn't want to have sex with me for that reason. Some women like an insane man, but other women don't, right? And I believe that the wishy-washy stuff is a fair concern, considering the number of exes that have fallen victim to thuggy-piggy spooky plans since I've moved on from them. For example, I don't want to tell you how many of my exes have ended up working for Richard Graper, but I will tell you. I don't remember. It's that big a number. So I think more than one. Oh yeah, there's at least 3 or something. I don't want to think about it. I also don't want to think about when we go with this car. I do know that if I had help, this wouldn't have happened. If I had a partner, if I had a helpmate, if I had a man who was not a person who yelled at me and told me to hurry up and move my vehicle from his proprietorship lot, I didn't need to push the car downhill. And in fact, while I was doing it, I thought to myself, this is risky, this is dangerous, should I be doing it this way? And then I did it this way. And the reason why is because the man used his mental domination powers to run me off his lot, and he thought he was being clever about it. He was being clever about it. And then I don't mind, because it's best I don't have sex today. Yeah, I'm not happy about it either. But by a strange series of coincidences, having this car here and me not able to go anywhere saved me from making a terrible blunder. I shouldn't go chasing off after anybody. I should be attractive enough to somebody that they fucking help me out in some fashion. But instead, I'm trapped in a hellscape where the very ground itself, with the rocks and the trees and the birds and the bees, everything's been turned against me by a flick of a switch by somebody high up in the Mason hierarchy that wants to get rid of me. And I guess this person hasn't heard that's really not necessary. It's really not. Nevertheless, it was deemed to be so by a person who could just as easily have sent me to whore. But instead, activate the Masonic defense system and turn it against the sorcerer. Who the fuck writes this shit? Come on. You should see the fucking fire hydrant I'm standing in front of. It's got a paint scheme on it that I've never seen before. And it's not quite like the Mexican Navajo Indian blankets, but the world is looking kind of carnival-esque. And I just pushed my clown car into a damaged situation, and I might be held liable. Damn, that's gotta sting, right? I'm being facetious. I don't give a single solitary fuck. Do you know why? I don't have any oxytocin. I'm not getting a hug. I'm not getting laid. I'm not getting phone calls, and I'm getting dicked over by thuggy, piggy, butchy douchebags who think they have an axe to grind. Hi, I'm Jack Star. I'm making a concerted effort to transmute this energy into something positive, because look at it this way: the people who are mad at me for daring to like the girl that they like, they got a legit reason to be happy that I'm out of the way. This has me out of the way. Today is a day when I'm not going to be seducing any women, unless they're listening to this, in which case at least 3 of them are really turned on, because I made it pretty easy for them to figure out who I'm talking about. Nobody else in the world knows who I want to fuck, unless they're looking at my phone, in which case they've probably guessed it's these other 3 women because of the difference between what a person says, what a person thinks, and what a person feels, and the intentional manipulation by myself of the words that I choose to use during this time of national crisis. I've made it hard for people to fuck with me. Again, in a unique and novel way. What do you think? Impressive, n'est-ce pas? I'd rather be having sex. I want to see John Wick. I hear those movies are good. But instead, I've been deliberately fucked off and left to die alone. Seems a bit much at this point, right? And today I was going to go to my friend's house and say, hey, this is what's happening. Can you know anybody who can help me? Oh, and by the way, you're fucking gorgeous. Let me tell you why this hasn't happened yet. And then I have a short list of 3 bullet points that this person does not know about, because I haven't ever written it down or articulated. And then she would listen to that and say, oh, that makes sense. She would say that, because it does make sense why I appeared to be a whacked out meth job freak. I'd love to tell her, and she hasn't asked yet, because I haven't allowed myself to have the opportunity to explain to her, because that'll be a game changer. Grapefruit might fall down to place 7 or 8 or 9 or 10, and then more demotions may follow once I start telling this woman the truth. And I'm pretty sure my penis works, and if not, I got a prescription for cock pills, and she's probably I don't know exactly which one is going to come up and win the brass cookie, but somebody eventually. It would be done already, because I've kind of been planning out a plan for a while, but the car got messed up instead. So the curse has really saved my bacon. I think I'm advantageously positioned, not having sex on the regular just yet. I should probably take care of some things first. Maybe harness that energy for something other than immediate gratification. Maybe wait more than a day to smoke out some of the more rare birds that might be out there. And then on top of that, I don't want my women hit by any curses anymore, because it's kind of a downer to have them speared through the heart by collateral damage. Now I know there's no real interest out there in hearing about how these things happen to me. In fact, I have people on the web who openly mock me and tell me to shut up. Still to this day. Okay, is that obstruction, or is that just poor taste? I don't fucking know. I don't even care anymore. I went from really caring a whole lot about grapefruit to, yeah, you're number 3 just because I'm afraid you might kill somebody. So I'll tell you that you're number 3, and then if you want me number 1 again, ha ha ha. That's not exactly the most romantic thing in the world. Still, it's probably a lot more romantic than what she gets. So it's great that the court has done this. Right? Yeah. So that and the activation of the planetary defense grid against extraterrestrials with too much power. I don't know who has access to that, but when I piss off the world enough that I feel like I need to leave the surface and either go to Muria or Loom or Atlantia, when I don't want to be on planet Earth anymore, I'm pretty sure that I've pissed off some powerful people. Because the only reason why I don't want to be on Earth anymore is because this is obviously hell, and I'll leave them here behind. I love Earth. Earth, when everything is just rigged against you and you can't even get a friend to answer the phone, like, that's fucked. Like, what do I got to do? I have to go and get my competency rights restored after talking to the prosecutor's defense attorney, because the prosecutors are the people who are guilty of a crime, so they're entitled to a defense, so they get the public defender who works in the same office as them. Does that make sense, right? Yeah, I mean, who else is going to defend the public defender except the prosecutor? Yeah. See, weird things happen when prosecutors are criminals, and because of I guess a clerical error, some guys hired too many thugs to be pretending to be lawyers for one decade to handle me getting really pissed off. What was it somebody said to me that pissed me off and made me want to not give a shit? Besides telling me to move on. I decided that's the worst thing to possibly say. Move on. And then what? What if she calls me back? Who do I obey? You or her, right? And then if I'm going to obey her, why am I listening to you at all? And then why did you think that was a good idea? Like, I wasn't aware at the time of the genuine interest until he behaved like that. And then I could tell from his response that he had seen signs that she was actually interested, which is interesting for a person who usually doesn't betray signs of any emotion at all. I've been analyzing the situation for a while, because that's what a person does when they're completely exhausted of oxytocin supplies, and the only way they can get any is to take Q-tip scrapings at the Walmart public restroom, or get a hug. I haven't gotten a hug, which tells me that certain people are intentionally keeping me at 0 oxytocin, and that the friends of mine who do like me require certain sacrifices to be made before they can be normal with me, which is good to know. I don't want to feel like I'm missing out on anything, and if me being a total douchebag is preventing women from falling in love with me, that's for the best these days. I got a bit of a backlog. There's at least 7 women I can think of right now that I'd like to call up and say, hey, guess what? But these things do not bear discussion over the phone anymore. Everything's monitored, everything's hacked, and all I gotta do is strip myself naked and leave the phone in the car and run into at least 2 people's houses. Probably not neighbors. I'm not sure where they live, but I could probably find them, and I just have to say this, and then ta-da! I'll find out whether or not a certain person wants to fuck me or not. And I know somebody does, because I feel her panting when I fucking walk uphill. There's a change in the pheromone balance from all the excess pollen that's been put in the air from all these women who aren't getting their twat serviced by me. It's not like there's a lot of demand for me, but it all recently increased by a whole lot all at once. When not like I don't think I went viral again, but I just got pushed over the fucking edge. Because not only do I not care which of these women I end up having sex with, from a statistical perspective, I don't really give a shit if I ever have sex again. Because writing like this through the voice recognizer and having it be good, that is a sexual charge right there. So if writing feels better than sex, then I might as well start getting paid to write, which I know how to do, right? I just haven't done it yet, because I'm kind of wondering how long it's going to take to drive me into bankruptcy. I think if I hadn't stopped this self-destruct sequence somehow, this car would be hit by more than just police cars. But right now it's immobilized, and I'm not trying to fix it as fast as possible while worrying that I'm missing out on my chance to get laid. I'm good standing right where I'm at. I'm not in a big hurry for that. Or rather, I am in a big hurry, and standing still and not moving at all while babbling mildly into the phone is my fastest route to getting any sex at all. Because for one thing, there's a fraud investigation. It simply wouldn't do to talk myself into prison by making poorly tasteful jokes on a phone that I'm recording and then I'm going to voluntarily put on the internet later. And if I accidentally say something that makes it sound like I'm committing fraud, and then somebody finally gets something to stick, and I have to go to prison for 6 months, that's not the good idea. That's not how a person gets laid. Or rather, it's not how I'm going to get laid. I mean, I do have a modicum of skill. I don't have a modicum of truck anymore. I'm being slowly stripped away of all my belongings. This is something that happens when a certain automatic whirlwind defense has happened to be triggered first person. I've seen this before. It's happened to me once, and then to my friend it happened 3 times. She was, it turns out, betraying people inadvertently and ratting out people that she shouldn't be ratting out, and then they magically stripped her of her gifts, and it quite confused her. She ended up being barefoot on the side of the road, wondering what to do, and had to go to the psych ward, which is probably what should have happened earlier, since she was doing those things without me. And I was sympathetic, but I knew that kind of thing could happen, and I wondered why it did happen to her, and then I thought, oh, I know why, because she fucking deserved it. I didn't know why at the time, but I came to find out later. Oh yeah. Oh, is that what happened to you? Oh, you suddenly found yourself naked with no money and ID and no shoes, and you don't know why, like in that movie Limitless. Oh, did that happen to you? Wow, and you didn't know that could happen. Oh, what a funny story. Okay, bye. Right? That's not happening to me. I'm having a slow motion descent into a slightly lower version of hell, but not a complete falling collapse, because I'm not doing anything wrong. I just have a cursed car, and this guy decided to fucking move me along, and now the curse has been expanded. He didn't have to be mean to me. He was. I don't know what that's called, but he's clearly invested in the notion of fucking me up. And then now he's got me stuck here even more obviously than he did before. Apparently I was bothering him by not being able to leave yet. And then he thought that pushing me along was going to help anything. And I don't know that it has, except it certainly has helped me feel much better about what's happening on a day I'd rather be at a birthday party. This is a birthday party. This is some fine content. I don't know if my friend listens. I don't know if she listens to it ever or live and never on YouTube or only on YouTube. I don't know much about some of these friends' activities. I don't want to. Did you notice it's... No, never mind. I don't want to talk about it. But there's some weird shit going on. I don't know who my friends are by name. I don't really care about anything other than getting laid. I've lost my taste for high society. I just got to get some oxytocin generating, going. And if it can be jump-started with the hug, like my car couldn't be. And then if sex doesn't happen after the hug, that's fine. I just want to see how much oxytocin I'll get from one hug, because I haven't had one for a while. Don't see why it's so hard to be nice to me, but I guess it's because I guess I'm prickly or crankly. I'm not sure what I am, but apparently there's something about me that makes people want to stay away from me. Could be my body odor, or my complete lack of interest in paying attention to common social mores. Apparently I'm supposed to pretend to be sleeping at night, and I'm supposed to be embarrassed about my ability to do what I want. I'm not embarrassed at all. I feel great about having planned ahead in my life. I guess people are resentful, maybe. Maybe I should just get a motorcycle. I got permission from my mother to get one, and then I had a guy from a motorcycle club offer to teach me how to ride, and I was like, yeah, cool. And I don't think he was just doing that just to get me interested in sucking his dick. I don't think so. But that would be a very tempting offer, especially since I kind of yeah, I might as well just jump the gate and see if Grapefruit freaks out over that, since she freaked out about stuff before. It's important for the judge to know if that still happens. Is it gone entirely? Is it faded, or is it slightly worse? I don't know. And then nobody tells me what she's like. I don't know. She could be alive or dead. I don't know. But I think she's alive because I can tell that she's. I mean, she's not. I don't think she's in. Well, if she gave herself another stroke, thinking about how I didn't think about her at all this morning when I gave myself a personal tug. It was the best damn orgasm in a truck I've ever had in my life. Yeah, it was a bell ringer. Oh my God, it was good. Wow, the steering wheel really enhanced it. Now, in times gone by, that woman flipped out, because she'd invariably think I was thinking about some other woman, and I never really was until this one time when she thankfully gave me confirmation that she really was spying on my fucking bedroom while she was gone through some sort of clandestine means. Apparently she thought that was lawful. Yeah, right. She shouldn't have done that. However, years later, I've had sex with that woman 3 times. I'm done, because 3 times is 3 times the number. It's certainly not bad, but I prefer Grapefruit than her. So she's not going to take 3rd place or first or second, because I know 1st and 2nd by heart. Oh my God, my heart skips a beat when I think of her. That's love. And I haven't had sex with her ever. I haven't touched her. I haven't even told her the depth of my feelings. Well, maybe I have. I don't know. Does she hear what I say when I'm sleeping? Does she fucking listen to my podcast? Does she give a shit? Does she remember me? I don't know. Is she fucking dead and reborn as a fucking Fruit Loop? I don't fucking know. But if one of these women were going to come rescue me and have sex with me, I know who I'd pick. And I don't know what day her birthday is. Fuck. Damn. See, it's all scrambled now. These women can no longer be used as bargaining chips. Which means my invention is a success. I was looking to get a nomenclature and an organizational system for potential lovers that did not result in them being shot or abducted or strangled, and I have done so. Disclaimer: note that this does not mean that any other girlfriend had been shot or abducted or slain. However, I just had a hunch that I would really want to have some sort of way of feeling better about the possibility that I'm going to pull a George Lazenby in, confirmation, in On Her Majesty's Secret Service, where within half an hour after marrying for the first time, Blofeld kills James Bond's new wife. And since James Bond isn't Hungarian, he just sits by the side of the road and cries while the credit rolls. It's kind of lame. But it was real shocking for the time. And the central message was, it's a tough life being a clandestine assassin. Somebody might kill you back one day. Like, how do you not see that coming? And then I warned this guy twice. How did he not see it coming? That he was just making things worse. Maybe he wanted it to be worse. I don't know. That could be. Certainly, he was making it worse for other people. Most people are not aware of just how badly I don't need to get laid. I don't give a rat fuck, honestly. It's a convenient shorthand. It gets the attention of the sex addicts in the world. It's easy for them to swallow. It allows them to be easily led. And after years of conveying the impression that I'm an out-of-control, sex and drug-fueled obsessive, since I'm not at all, it really helps with the underestimating that the enemy does of my life, because I'm good. I mean, I really would prefer to be in a normal life, but as I can't guarantee the safety of my loved ones, and I can certainly entertain them by telling stories on days that can be multiple birthdays that I bet nobody knew that. I bet none of my friends who have birthdays on the 26th of the month, I bet none of them know how many others of the people who were born on other 26th. I bet they don't know how many of them I want to put my dick in, because I'm not really sure either. I'd have to ask them again, and then it's probably all of them, right? I'm not real condemnatory of any woman who shows up and offers me her body. That's happened before. I have hope that it'll happen again, but lately it's not happening, which is probably for the best. I don't have much willpower, And I had this tremendous wank last night. This woman sent me a picture of herself, unsolicited, and it got me going. And if Grapefruit has access to my phone, she read that. Anything on my phone, these people can read, and all of it goes into the court record. And let the record show that for years after certain events, I'm still going on and on and on about it. So the fucking urgency, I guess, is fucking pretty interesting on some levels. I still don't know what the fuck's all about, but I do know that they're fucking handling it badly. Like, who the fuck could have told? No shit, really. Wow, imagine that. I mean, even handling it's even being handled badly from the perspective of somebody who wants to do bad things to me. It's not. It's just making me. It's amusing. Amusing. I still have to think about this whole getting laid thing. I didn't have a plan. I didn't know when I was going to get the person to call. I didn't know the person was calling. I didn't know how long it would take for the test results to come back, and I still don't know if I can trust them. But supposedly there's 7 or 8 diseases they tested for that say negative. Could be a false negative. I don't know. Obviously, I've lost my taste for urgency. Or that could be a application for my debrief. It could be that I desperately want to have sex with Azrae's girlfriend, except I'm not buying some of the statements. And then mysteriously, apparently all my statements are meant to be taken at face value by my enemies, because they seem to think that I say funny things that are meant to convey things that they draw the conclusions of. I don't think Azrae has this facility, and then I don't know who Jason Collin and Dari D think they are, but just imagine if the 3 of them somehow were able to work with me instead of against me. Then they probably wouldn't have lost millions of dollars in brand value. Yeah. So I guess that's the indicative pattern that they might have been involved in something, because why else would somebody want to stop my efforts to do certain things, unless they didn't want the outcome to be known to everyone. I still don't know the outcome, but I don't even give a shit anymore. Like, whatever. I don't know why this fucking thing keeps going, because of Trump. That's actually a good reason. I don't know exactly how Mr. Donald Trump connects to the alleged abduction, rape, murder, and reincarnation unauthorized of one Miss Grapefruit. But if you kill somebody and they come back to life and they don't talk about it much, is that really a murder? Yes. Is the murderer in trouble? Yeah, if they get caught. I mean, murder is, if you kill somebody, you still killed them. It's not illegal to be dead. Lots of people are dead. And it's not. I don't think it's illegal to be a murderer, but it is illegal to murder somebody and then obstruct justice when somebody tries to figure out what happened. And I barely know what happened. Somebody thought that it'd be a good idea to fuck with me and cut me off from society. Wow, that's a badass one. Yeah. He looks kind of like not Knight Rider, but there was that show about the guy who was he had a fancy motorcycle with a brain in it too. That one was a fancy ass motorcycle. I could have spent the last 2-3 years doing something in my life instead of what I've been doing. And the court will want to know why I didn't, right? That's partially why they needed to find me incompetent, and then I got to talk to a doctor, and the doctor would be like, Mr. Cousy, we have some questions about certain things. Would you mind answering them? And no, I do not mind. I'd be happy to. I'd rather do that than go to a stranger's house and make an ass of myself. Because obviously I'm fucking insane. Nobody wants to fuck with me. Duh. I'm not pretty. I'm disgusting. In reality, I have nothing going for me. I'm delusional. I smell badly. I have yellow teeth, never attractive. I'm no fun to have sex with, and then I just had sex with someone, and I probably shouldn't hop around from person to person like a slut. Is she going to fit that? No. Oh my God, an 18-wheeler. He came awfully close to the car, but he didn't hit it. See, I'm complying with the Masonic protocol. I didn't mean to hurt anybody, and then I don't know who I pissed off, and then the world stopped collapsing as I paid grace and heed to Lucifer and Jobulon, which is fine. I don't mind paying heed and hailing. I don't worship, but I am on their planet. It is reasonable to say, hey, This is the evil Earth. The good Earth, typically Jesus, not always. But if I'm in a world that's hell and Satan is actually in control of it, it would probably be a good idea to follow Satan's rules. Somebody didn't follow Satan's rules earlier. I don't know who, but I don't care. I'm giving somebody the gift of a demonstration to the rest of the world that whatever I'm doing, I'm not talking shit about somebody. I'm not driving a truck and making it bounce up and down. I'm not worshiping Satan. I'm not able to go anywhere. I'm right where I'm at, and for a while I'm going to be here because I was pushed here by a cop. I thought he was helping me, and he did help me. However, somehow I ran my battery down, and then somehow else I couldn't get it fucking started. And then while I couldn't get it started, some guy came out and gave me the evil eye and scared me and contributed to my deciding to push the car downhill, and there's some property damage. Some property damage. And guess what? Who's liable? Guess who's liable for that? Guess who's liable for that? Well, technically me, but I don't think GEICO's liable for it for me because GEICO no longer insures me, right? And then it's going to be one of those situations where somebody has to do something about something because this proprietor is going to be like, hey, what the fuck? And he's going to get a bill back that says, okay, you owe us $18,000, and he's going to say, why? And then he's going to learn, oh, well, because his electrical control box got crushed, and to fix it, it's a union job, and I don't know how that works, but it's not going to work out the way it usually does, given that I've been cursed. And then he got all up in my grill and was mean to me. I'd cry, but I don't have any oxytocin to spare to generate tears. So a person can now, virtue signal in front of her friends who hate me, and everyone has friends who hate me. She can say, oh, Jackstar, he. She can actually say that and mean it because I am a total dick sometimes. I really am. And today I'm hamming it up. And if a person wanted to spend time with me today and couldn't because they're busy getting their comeuppance, I would respect that. And there's a person whose birthday is today, or maybe next month, or whatever. There's a person who's 26 related. Every woman in my company sphere is 29 years old and born on the 26th. 26, 29, is he? Numerology is fascinating. Much easier to learn if the numbers themselves talk to you through the auspices and authority of the divine on the astral plane. But setting that aside from now, there's this girl that I would like to see again. I wouldn't mind having time with her again. I don't have a disease. She used to worry, oh, put on a condom. I don't want to get a disease or get pregnant from you. And I looked at her in my mind. I'm like, do you fucking not realize that you're not gonna have to worry about that for me? No, she had no clue. What a dingbat. Hurt my feelings a lot, and I haven't been inside her for years. But we can just call her number one. I certainly would rather be with her than the other one. And I want to ask her if she ever met her at Quantico, because I guess they're both police. And there's been a lot of women who are police who pretended not to be in my life. What a glorious thing to do, right? They probably won't want to hear about the curses, and then I don't think I know where they are, and they're probably embarrassed because the last time I talked to them, everybody but one is pretty much on my shit list. They just don't know it. And I'm happy to have somebody on my shit list that I have sex with. That might be a good way to get off it. And then I wouldn't have to talk about this openly if somebody hadn't decided to fuck up my life on purpose. Sweet! Is that my friend? Can't tell. This other friend of mine, he let me down, and then that's okay. I don't mind. I mean, if I'm not having sex, and I can't, so I might as well just take my pleasure when I can find it. And if this content is not to anybody's liking, well, isn't it wonderful you're not paying for it yet? By the way, who's selling content these days? Who is giving out radio broadcast quality like this besides me? Art Bell says he can't tell me because he's contractually bound not to, which I think is a joke. I mean, he's dead for one thing. But I imagine if Art is able to listen to the radio waves from heaven, He knows who the fuck to care about. I don't know I don't even know where the radio ratings are. I don't even know who's got a show. I've never thought about doing it for money for real. I can do a hell of a one right now, right? This guy who's screaming and carrying on. Apparently things are not to his liking, right? I guess he wanted to be gone. Yeah, well, no shit. No shit. No shit. And does this guy talk to everybody like this? Wow. It's a good thing I haven't revealed his location, you know. Otherwise, I might be held liable for slander, because this man seems disagreeable. And then he also seemed to be aware of my father's condition, which seemed odd. I guess I'm pretty well known in certain circles. I got a real hunch he knows Mobeen. Mobeen don't like me for reasons I'm not clear on. I guess I pissed him off too far, or it's a cultural thing. But I thought Mr. Mobeen, what's his last name? He was the guy who ran the shell over at the other place, and I guess I was there for so long that I gave him traumatic stress syndrome. And then he told everybody that, watch out for this guy. If you let him stay, he will be there for way too long. You can't get rid of him. Well, that's actually not true. But from his perspective, it was true, because he was selected by me to endure my presence there for as long as I fucking felt like. Like, what's the problem with me? I wasn't even talking like this. If I were like this 89,000 times a day, and I talked to Blue Streak and I scared away customers, I could see why a person would be upset. However, I didn't do that then. I don't do that now. I just simply can do it, with or without any kind of tube application of Galaxy Glue. I think it kind of scares him. I think he thinks that I'm a demon speaker who babbles in tongues, given that I could be if I really wanted to. You learn a lot of stuff at the haunted church, on the hallowed ground and consecrated ground and burial ground and battleground of the unspecified other ghostly Native American warrior braves who were fallen in battle and left to be covered by the native earth underneath the garage. I'm not there now, but that's the place where I've been stuck for a while. I guess I wasn't supposed to find it so homey, but it's not bad with it under control. I should have gone home earlier, but then I wouldn't get to stay here, and I wouldn't get to think to myself how fucking miserable it is living at that house all by myself for so long. Every day that goes by that I don't have a friend makes me think, wow, maybe these people don't get it. I don't want to live there with a friend. I want us to go somewhere else. I would rather go to a friend's house and then say, hi, can I move in? Let me spend money here rather than over there. But somebody's using magic and spell work to say, hey, here's a blonde walking towards me. Well, she's kind of on the side. But I'd rather follow her on my hands and knees than be alone for one more minute. She seems fun, nice enough. Nobody else is calling me. She can walk. She doesn't look too old. I could ride that motorcycle away from here. I mean, fuck. Interestingly, as soon as I thought of a place to go, I crashed my car. And that happened once before. Hey, as soon as I thought of a place to go, I crashed my Camry into a tree. I didn't know that I could go there before. Before I was like, well, why the fuck would I do that? On the day that I realized, oh, I can do this because of this, and then that means this. And then I said, oh, well, then I should do this. And at that point, I hadn't had sex with her yet, I think. Yeah, I had been accused of having an affair with her, but I hadn't. And then I knew that because of geopolitical stability reasons, having sex with her 3 times before never ever fucking doing it again would be the optimal ploy if I were going to have sex with her at all. Given that some people have an unholy fixation on sexual activity. Some people are afraid of it. Some people are afraid of letting me down, I think, but not today, right? Oh, maybe I'm trying to declare bankruptcy. Maybe I'm trying to make it into a big smoking ruin of smoking crater in the ground. I don't know. I've been trying to get my head wrapped around the idea that I have to talk to this girl that I think is dangerously attractive, in that if I get rejected by her, I'm not going to notice, and I'll just keep on being an idiot until she calls the police. Which is, it might be like, I might lose the ability to cogitate rationally and get some sort of form of mushroom-driven lunacy. Gosh, she's hot. Fuck. Oh, I haven't seen her for a while, and I also thought of her going to her place. Well, whatever. Just moving the abacus bead from one side of the wire to the other. The fact that there's two places I can go and actually have a shot at finding somebody that I want to talk to, and then, oh yeah, and sex. That's just rare. It's not usually I have options, or am in a position where I can go out and freely have sex, because I hadn't been tested for a long time. And I took a blood test, and nobody seems to understand how significant a deal that is. It's so significant that now that I'm clear and free, I'm doing an hour and 45 minutes of bonehead, drooling, mouth-breathing content on a birthday day that is not gonna. This isn't meant to seduce anybody. I'm trying to actively push away the poontang. I don't want to burst my bubble yet, and then I can't see my friend whose birthday is today, or my other friend whose birthday is today. No, this month. There's a few 26s. And then some are 29s. 29, 26, 29. There's a bunch of women I can think of that I want to add to the list for the first time. Call them up and say, hey, do you accept my call? Very few people accept my calls. I guess I'm kind of dangerous, and then some of them are upset because they misjudged me. And now that I know they can't hang around me, I guess if they know that I know that they're a bruiser supervisor, I guess that means they definitely can't have sex with me unless they fill out a form, and they don't want to fill out a form on me because then there's paper on file that says, hi, I'm a police officer, clandestine, and I solemnly swear that I actually do want to have sex with this dork, and that's why I have to recuse myself from this case, or whatever the fuck they do. There's definitely some people who are definitely, conflict of interest, that if we had ugly bumping times, they would have to tell me about that, because they've already had prior some kind of thing going on. And then the person I just had sex with most recently is the second in 12 years. So I'm looking to become a real slut these days. Not today, maybe, but once I break the dam, it's either going to be Caligula Party of 2 for 8-9 weeks, or I have sex twice and then get rejected and then I leave and then never have sex with them again. Or it's a karmic thing I have to do for work. Or it's a military objective. And in some cases, all the above. I don't, there's only one person I want, and that's been the case since 2013. 2023? 2013. 2013. First choice, best choice. I love you. Too bad you can't stay. Click. Right? Yeah. I don't have the emotional capacity to have an actual relationship right now. I know I'd like to, but part of the deal of having the emotional capacity is that that bitch be present. Woof. He's not here, and there's no sex, right? And that guy, that's not the kind of attitude I would want to use to entice somebody. And I don't know how he thinks he gets that kind of compliance going. Maybe it's a new thing. I don't know. He kind of talked that way to me. It didn't work. It didn't work out well. I'm still here, right? Talking about all kinds of information that is not perhaps the most publicly appropriate information on this man's property. Standing on top of his electrical control box. His electrical control box, I don't know if it's a water pump well control board panel, but I was actually thinking of going to get that fixed today rather than get laid. So that's the third location I could have gone to. All these locations I could suddenly go to. Ding ding! And then I'm suddenly cursed. And rather than fight the curse or dodge the curse, I just allow it to splash harmlessly off me, and then it destroys the car, which is fine. The car is kind of annoying in that there's nowhere to go, and then, well, now it's broken. Well, it's not really broken, but there's a thing going on where my vehicles get sabotaged and my relationships get destroyed, and it happens on a regular basis due to factors beyond my control that have a lot to do with other people targeting me. And I might need to complain about that, but not today. I'm sure the people that like my friend that I really like would prefer if I picked a different woman to be third or two or whatever. I'm sure lots of people wish that I'd done things differently, because I did things the way that I chose to for maximum effect, to make my friend happy and happy and happy, and then have two other friends who are also happy because they know they're not number one, but at least they're not wondering, right? 3 people know who number one must be by a process of logical deduction, but I don't even remember which is which, and then they don't even have to listen to this. I'm good either way. I am good either way. The fact that I don't mind not having a birthday party, I'm having a birthday party. I just put out a whole babbling bunch of bullshit that is fairly entertaining. It's well spoken, and I'm doing it on the grounds of a gas station that is clearly owned by a friend of Ravines or Mobeans or a real dick. Now, I don't think I'm in the wrong here. I think it's quite reasonable for me to be taking umbrage. I think he was very rude to me. I think he contributed to my emotional distress, and I think the sunrise is beautiful. And I'd rather be with a girl, female girl. I'd rather have a friend that I can call on the phone than do a podcast. I'd rather talk to a person in real time. I'd like to make eye contact. I'd like to see that woman who picked me up outside of jail the first time they fucked up, and then told me while drinking that I needed to stay away from poison. Oh yeah? Let me tell you what I found out. By the way, lie down. I can fix your other problem. I didn't get treated a fair way on that. Yeah. That's going to increase the emotional distress. And I don't have to sue my friends. I sue their insurance company. And then it's not even their insurance, it's the cities, it's the counties. Whoever authorized this fucking bullshit where they fucking put me in the fucking county jail, and then instead of talking to that woman, they show me that woman, then she doesn't tell me what I need to know, and then she fucking does her fucking thing, and then she gives me the wrong information. Like, this is all stuff I don't need to talk about. But I just did. I could start filing lawsuits, but I'd rather not. I'd rather chow on somebody's box. I know that's a bit crude, but I actually have a libido now. I'm trying to kickstart it. I don't want to lose faith in humanity by suddenly realizing, oh God, I'm cursed to never have sex. I mean, I guess I was pretty close since I finally decided to, and then I immediately ran out of gas, and then ran my car into a barrier that is disabled for the time being, and I couldn't jump start it. It ran out of power in the battery, and then I had a jump starter thing that wasn't working, and I sure picked the wrong gas station to land into. This is all signs of fate. I'm glad I got stopped, because for one thing, it makes me feel safe in this madcap, crazy, all mixed up world where my rights to a civil trial have been intentionally suspended so that I can't be hit with civil lawsuits for anything. Anything, right? I mean, they can send them, but don't do them. It doesn't matter. They can't process. They don't do anything. This is an empty threat. I knew this going in. I didn't plan on exploiting the system to take advantage of it, but I didn't plan on this taking 2 years either. And if they had told me USMCJ in the beginning, and if they hadn't lied to me, it'd be a different kind of thing. So they've already fucked up my whole case. They're just keeping me in legal limbo so they can keep me safe, because I don't want to get distracted by a civil case. I don't deserve to get. I'm the victim. Okay, I'm the primary victim, and then I don't know why I've been victimized, but lately it's because somebody else doesn't want me to have sex with this girl. And this is like the 3rd or 4th one that has a following that thinks that Jack Star's bad. I got told by Azrae that he was uncomfortable when I was flirting with RID. And I didn't know how to tell him that if he thought that was flirting, he'd get really uncomfortable if I flirted. Because I liked Darity at one point, but actually building into an ongoing flirting relationship is not really possible, given that she's I don't want to say she's a clando. I don't know what she is, but she sure thinks highly of herself. And she told me that it broke her heart when she saw that I smoked meth on camera, which I don't know that I did, but I guess it was something that she expected me to adhere to, although I didn't know I wasn't supposed to. And then why does it matter? And then who told her? And what's the big deal with this meth, right? There's several different compounds. Most of them are not meth, and then the ones that I want aren't even that at all. And yet supposedly every day, every hour, every minute, I'm craving meth. Jackster's on meth. It's so fucking tedious and stupid and boring. The rumors. Meth itself is not bad, but I don't have any. I wasn't planning on getting any. When it gets fronted to me and I don't feel like I want any, I don't get any. And then I'm glad I don't have any right now. He lied. It's all right. You know, I can handle it. I don't care. I'm certainly not needle dependent, and then I'm not needle fixated. And then that Beulah bitch, when she said that I was going to fucking be brainwashed, and that really complicated things. And then me calling her Beulah bitch, technically that's not a criminal crime. She can sue me civilly for slander, but once again, I can't be hit with a civil thing at all. So she's not even going to bother doing it. And then I don't know if she's worried about a threat for me, because I don't know if she's even still alive. She fucked up pretty bad. I mean, I asked her for help, and she broke the law unknowingly, and then knowingly she mocked me because she thought she could get away with it, and then she didn't. And then a certain person mocked me for saying, hey, you want me to tell Beulah or what? And then I thought it was an honest question. I didn't know that she was already at that point brainwashed. So the woman who was going to get brainwashed was told by the woman who was going to brainwash her that the person she was going to brainwash should tell me that there's a risk that I might be brainwashed by the other brainwashing abuser. So that's the advice that she gave that woman, who I guess turned out to be a credentialed agent. I don't know. Someone else is in charge of that. It's not my area. Yeah. So I guess I guess Grapefruit's kind of like concerned. I guess she's got issues going on, because whatever this is going on with, it's clearly not sand people. They hide in single file lines to hide their numbers. The only way I'd be stopped from having sex with everyone is if my car got disabled, and then there's no reason for it to get disabled. And there was no reason for this guy to get all up in my grill, but there was every reason for somebody to pay somebody to curse me, because Grapefruit's got access to curse people. She can call up Azure and say, Azure, make him stop. Not that I'm saying that happened, but were she want to prevent me from having sex with anybody else, at this point, that's her only option. Since she can't call me, right? She's got a situation where she believes I'm going to hang up on her, which I might. She's shy. I didn't want her freaking out and melting down, but I still didn't want to change her basic personality. And the same can be said for every fucked off mind control agent that the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and U.S. Secret Service have to deal with. These MK Ultra patients, victims, are kind of in bad shape sometimes. That's why Peman Enterprises has partnered exclusively with Jackstar Corporation Corps to introduce and develop a new line of nanotech-powered sorcery. Not cantrips, but they can trip you up some. I'm not shitting you. I use magic to heal diseases. I thought that would be a fun way to give homage to Art Bell and James Randi. I'm not going to offer a guarantee or anything, and I'm not selling anything, so I skirt some advertising laws right there. If I ever start taking money, I'll have to be a little more on the ball, which is why I need a partner to start taking money. And then my ability to do that has been stopped by apparently people who throw fucking death curses and fucking vehicle curses and don't want me to fuck anybody but Grapefruit, which is a change. For the better, I might say. I can't wait to ask her and say, hey, did you read my phone for the last 2 years? Because if she did, I hope she's enjoyed it. I made it partially for her. And then there's no doubt in my mind who I would choose to be with if I could be with anybody. And they have it.
Burn this whole building down.
The Shirley Manson Love Fest continues.
Beloved son,